We've decided to make a run for the Painted Desert in Outback, South Australia, and things are getting interesting now. We just came through quite a bit of bull dust, but as you can see, the scenery is beginning to change. It's actually really exciting because this one has been on my hit list for quite some time, and Aiden hasn't been here either, so we just thought, why not? We've got the time, let's head off and have a look. So come for a ride. You always get one curious one who's never quite sure. Oh, I love them. Everyone, if you're a bit of a rock nerd like I am, I have been to the edge of the Painted Desert once before and was absolutely fascinated by the rocks here. I don't really know if it will show up on camera, but honestly, they almost look good enough to eat. It's like being a kid in a candy rock shop. Some of them just look like caramel, and yet it's deceiving. I said to Aiden, he just got out of the car to come and have a look, because you look on the surface like this, and particularly when you're in the car, it just looks like, you know, rock. Rock, but not very inspiring rock. And then you actually get out the car and it's quite incredible, the different formations and the colours. So I hope you can see that. And they're so shiny, and yet they don't look it when you're just cruising along in the car, do they? Are you surprised, Aiden? Yeah, amazing.
Some of this looks a bit like the potch that we've seen on opal hunters.
Yes. Yeah, but not the opal colour, unfortunately. We're on Arckaringa Station now, actually, to get to the Painted Desert. And the thought just occurred to me that some of you out there may have never seen a cattle grid. So this is a cattle grid which stops the animals from crossing from one paddock into the other. So you will come across them when you're out here driving on stations or even on some of the highways. And it's how they can manage the cattle and putting them from one paddock to the other, as they call them out here, paddocks. Paddocks that go for hundreds of acres. And sometimes it can be a bit of a tight squeeze for the rigs, but you always know that they can get the big cattle trucks through these, so can certainly get the ram and the bush tracker through. Definitely looks like we're getting closer to our destination. Good lunch stop today in the Painted Hills. I hope the colours show up. This is magnificent. So glad that we made the stop in here, or made the effort to come in. Got to grab these chances while you can, while the weather's good. Don't you, Aiden?
Yep.
What do you think?
It's a perfect day for it.
Yeah. Could probably,
a bit windy, but
yeah, keeps us cool at least, and keeps the flies away. There's not too many flies, which is great.
Unfortunately too windy to put the drone up, I think.
Yes. So we're going to go for a little bit of a walk in this section and see what we can find.
And it's gusting wind.
Oh yes. As you can see, you got the rig parked over here. These people are going to come back to their car and think, what are these people doing? But when we just got here, there's actually not a huge amount of space, and there was another caravan in here, so they've just headed off. But this is one of the stops you can do to do some walks. And we're getting a nice coating of bull dust over the bushy. But whatever, that's what she's built for. We're taking a short walk. Technically this is called the Arckaringa Hills.
But it is part of the Painted Desert.
Yes. We'll let the scenery speak for itself here. It's a bit too windy to talk. Wow. Just wow. I think this is one of those spots that is a little bit lesser known, and I don't know why. This is absolutely amazing. The scenery is just stunning. It's kind of like a mini Arizona. I've been to Arizona, and it's got that same kind of feeling about it. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of where we're going to drive today. Absolutely amazing. The Painted Desert of South Australia, guys and girls. Outback, South Australia. Whew, it's a bit hot now. I don't think I need my thick jacket on. Right, how far are we going to walk, Aiden? Wow, Aiden, it just gets better and better.
Yep. Quite amazing.
I'm hoping that the colours turn out. Who knew? I mean, I knew that this was here. You often see that people take flights over it. Would look amazing
Well,
from...
I think the flights are over the one down in Anna Creek, which is part
Yes.
of the desert as well, but
Yeah.
different hills.
Yeah, the
Not a
flight,
lot of
if you could see it.
information about it.
Sorry?
There's not a lot of information.
No, I have noticed that when I've passed near here before. So it is one that you kind of have to research yourself. But really, like all of these places, until you're actually here and you're seeing it for yourself and the colours and everything, you know, nothing you ever see really will do it justice. I just said to Aiden, it's nice when somewhere exceeds your expectations. It's actually better than what I thought it was going to be. What do you think, Aiden?
Oh. I wasn't sure what to expect after seeing the breakaways and everything, but yeah, this puts them in, pales them in comparison.
I know, so the breakaways are just out of Cooper Pedy, everyone. And we may be going there in the next week or so, but we'll see how we go for time. But this is next level. Probably helps that they've had a little bit of rain, so there's a tinge of green about. If you're just sailing through this area along the tracks, I really implore you to just stop, chill out, take it all in. Amazing. If you're interested in coming out and seeing this part of the Painted Hills, the Painted Desert, we left Cadney Park Homestead this morning. Took us about 2 hours to get to where we are now, which is the Arckaringa Hills.
About 85 k's.
Yeah, so as Aiden said, 85 k's. We came through one section that was a bit of bull dust and some corrugations, but of course that's to be expected, wasn't it?
Yep.
And you just take it slow, and we stopped a couple of times, you know, to take photos and have a look around. So allow yourself a couple of hours. Unfortunately, you can't camp here. You can camp at Arckaringa Station, and if you want to set up camp there, it's only about 10 or 11 k's to where we are now. So hopefully that's some helpful info for you. I've just got to say that we've just got back to the car park. I'm not sure if you can see it there. Oh yeah, there's the van. And it just amazes me that we go to the big ticket items, Uluru, Kings Canyon, Cooper Pedy, like hundreds of people lining up to take photos with the signs and blah, blah, blah. And it's what we all do, right? But then we come here and there's like no one right now. No one. We did pass a couple of people, but a handful of people. If you're lucky, you might see out in these spots sometimes. It just blows my mind.
Which is what we like.
Which is what we like, I guess, and that's why partly why we do it. But I said to Aiden, I really rate this one. This is right up there for me, this one. What about for you, Aiden?
Yes, I like it.
Yeah.
Definitely have to come back.
Yes, definitely.
But then again, there's a whole lot more that we have to see over there on the way to OODNADATTA.
I know, so we better go. Hey. It's the gift that keeps on giving, Aiden.
Yep.
It's not hard.
Full of water.
Imagine it full of water. Yeah. And also, it's not hard to see how it got its name. Certainly looks like nature's painting. Mother Nature's been busy with the colours.
It does say hang gliding isn't recommended. It's not recommended. It doesn't say it's prohibited.
Hang gliding? You're going to give it a whirl, are you? I don't think you want to. I don't think you'd want to here. Oh, I mean, it's absolutely howling, isn't it?
Yes.
Would be amazing.
All right.
Be amazing when it's not, because to get the drone up, there's no people around or anything. Just would have looked amazing to see that painted landscape, which you see when you're flying or over or whatever. But no, we won't be doing any hang gliding today, folks. You'll just have to feel the corrugations here, everyone, because you couldn't even hear me talk inside the car. It was a little bit wild. It's like a highway, Aiden.
Yes, it's busy.
So what road are we on now?
The Caravaning to OODNADATTA Road.
Right. We've turned onto that, turning left towards OODNADATTA. I don't know if it was a group of people travelling together, but it's like the highway at the moment. And they're all probably looking at us, wondering what we're doing, walking around in this desolate space. What are we doing, Aiden?
Oh, somebody wanted to stop because there was glittery stuff on the ground.
There is just, at different levels, all of this glittery, looks like glass along the road side. Look, I'm pretty sure you probably can't see it, so sorry, this is probably boring. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking it has to be some sort of
crystal,
silica or some kind of crystal. So as you're driving along,
unless it's left over from the nuclear bomb, but I know that.
As you're driving along, this is just shimmering for as far as the eye can see, and there is definitely layers of it. Okay, so bored you enough with that now. I'll find out what it is when we get to somewhere. I don't know where, but I'll do some research. So just by the way, if there's any geologists out there that watch our videos and know what these things are, or want to do a live chat sometime or something, please let us know. It would be nice to know what the hell we're talking about, because what happens is we're out here and of course we can't Google right now, and then you get busy and you don't think about it and you can't remember exactly what you were looking at. Anyhow, sorry, side note on our track down the track, our trek down the track, our track down the trek, the trek down the track, the track. The road's quite good here. Except it's a bit busy. All these people are on their way to Cooperbeedy, perhaps. Gonna try those sausages.
What, camel sausages? Camel burgers.
You can have camel sausages and camel burgers.
And there's roux sausages as well.
I've heard they're nice.
Kanga bangers.
Kanga bangers. You can have a kanga banger. Any guesses where we are, folks? Yeah. The pink roadhouse at OODNADATTA. We made it. What's happened, Adam?
Oh, we lost the Anderson plug.
Always some kind of casualty on these dirt tracks, isn't there? The dirt road. So I'm hoping that you've got a spare one.
I do.
So let's come off there. We'll work out where we're staying tonight, and you'll be able to fix that, will you? Because Lord knows I can't. Well, I could if I knew how. So I better learn, hey?
I'll fix it.
And also, you better take your glasses off and give a shout out.
What, to Frank?
Yes.
Who we just met at the OODNADATTA Roadhouse.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? He said, no, you guys, don't know your names, can't remember your names, but I love your stuff. Thanks, Frank. That's awesome. So, yes, made it to the pink roadhouse, folks. We're officially on the OODNADATTA Track now, and the guy at the pink roadhouse was telling us, well, telling Aidan, that they've spent huge money on a bit of an upgrade, haven't they?
Yeah, between OODNADATTA and Marlow, they've spent over 10 million. This is part of it.
Yeah, and it's pretty smooth running at the moment. Sorry, I think the sun's coming in, probably a bit hard to see, but this...
Not all the roads like this.
No, we did just have crossed through some corrugations and things, but this particular section heading down towards Marla is pretty smooth sailing at this point in time. So don't forget, guys and girls, we always put the date that we've travelled along here in the description of our videos so that you'll have some idea. Pulled up to a great free camp called Arckaringa Creek. If you are heading out this way between Marla and OODNADATTA, there's a couple of camps on Wikicamps that you cannot get. I'll try and update them as we go, but you cannot get into them at the moment because they've done a heap of roadworks along here. Well, I mean, you could in a four-wheel drive, rooftop tent set up, but probably not with our type of rig or a van. But this one, as you can see, we could get into, and it's quite reasonably flat and very dry at the moment. There's no water in the creek. So Aidan's on to fixing up the Anderson plug. I've got the kettle on, a little cup of tea. It's been a big day, and then we're going to crack some chips and a bevy, I reckon, and celebrate in the dust. Now, I just thought I'd show you because I'd be lying if I said there wasn't any dust inside. I've got the kettle on. We're 100% charged, which is great. Hi. 100% charged up today. Sun's out, and well, obviously we had some power going in until the Anderson plug fell out. Now, today we've come through a lot of bull dust, and this is the extent of what we've got inside, if you can see that. I'll sweep that out. Got my trusty extender broom there, and then it's time to chillax. Oh, it's been such a good day. One of those days that you totally unexpected, like you just don't know what to expect. And I think some of those days turn out to be the best. And no plan, just get to wherever, find a campsite, pull up and have a good sleep. So I hope you've enjoyed our little wanderings through the painted desert. We're onwards and upwards north now to, we'll hit Marla and then onwards to Uluru Kings Canyon. Can't wait. And just on the whole red dirt issue, red dirt getting in your van and stuff, we don't get hung up on that. For the type of travel that we want to do, it's unrealistic to think you're going to be able to tape everything up and not get any dirt inside your van, dirt and dust. Obviously we do what we can to limit it, but for us it's just all part of the adventure. It sweeps out, you do a clean. I've been to Caravaning, I've been to all those places where the red dirt and the dust is just like fine talcum powder. And yeah, it takes a little bit of effort to clean up afterwards, but it's so worth the effort. It's, at the end of the day, it's just some dust, just some dirt. So yeah, it doesn't bother us. I could do with a good shower though, I can tell you that much. And that will definitely happen after we've had a bevy. So anyway, I'll stop rambling now. It is rural ramblings after all. Off we go. Well, it's definitely happy hour, guys and girls. There's no guessing where I've been today. I rarely buy souvenirs, and I thought, nope, this one's coming with me. They had a pink fluffy one too, but as the guy at the roadhouse said, the pink fluffy one doesn't do too well when you're eating with lamb chops. Excuse me. And you get all lamb chop grease all over it.
Back on the black stuff, Aidan. Nice.
Yeah.
Feels so easy. And quiet. So quiet.